I let my GF sleep with another woman and here is what I got. Hi everyone, welcome back to another Reddit cheating story. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell so you won't miss another cheating story goes live. My partner, 36F, and I, 42M, have been hetero/monogamous for about 6 years. For most of our relationship she has spoken casually about her unexplored interest in women. 2 years ago she started testing that more seriously by enjoying lesbian porn and fantasizing about being with another woman, including possibly inviting someone to our bed. That was not possible, however, since A, she was scared I'd fall for this third party, and B, I'm too shy. We discussed that she could explore sex with a woman on her own, I agreed. Just sex, she was very confident in our relationship, and this ostensibly had nothing to do with us. I couldn't deny that if she was deeply bi, gay, whatever, she should probably figure that out. She went on a couple dates with a poly friend, they made out and shared a nice connection. Everything was fine. I was kept informed and this friend was open and kind with me, which made me feel comfortable. In the end they didn't connect to the degree of actually having sex, the relationship kind of fizzled, and they easily slid back into friend zone. Now I'm wondering the details. A few months later my so and I randomly met a woman in a town nearby. They were both like deer in headlights. I was there, it was cute seeing them each light up. Some weeks pass and we see her again, they connect and exchange numbers. After a couple hangouts, so arranged to go visit this woman on her own, with the intent of having sex, or maybe not. I was nervous, but complicit. When she came home, 48 hours later, my so was in Loveland, NRE infatuation. She was also very reluctant and slow to share any information about her getaway. I had to figure things out, ask questions while she tickled-truthed me about the intensity of the feelings and experiences they shared. Eventually it came out that this woman wanted my so to choose between her and me, and to my shock and horror, it appeared my so was bringing that into consideration. I went into panic mode, trying to grab control, telling her she couldn't see this woman anymore, etc. After 10 days of watching my so bound up in her NRE, refusing to let her go, I gave up and said fuck it, I can't control another person. Like it or not, I understood that I was suddenly partnered with a polyamor. And I could see that it worked for her, too. Through it all she never stopped wanting me. Anyways, I was overwhelmed and I told her to do whatever she wanted, and that at this point I was withdrawing my commitment to her, I just couldn't process what was happening. So for her, this was a green light to go back to see her other lover, to end the relationship, because by now she was starting to grasp the cost on ours. After 2 nights of saying goodbye, she returned with her tail between her legs, ready to rebuild. But by then, I was broken, it was too much for me and I told her it was over. My son never wanted to end our relationship. Except when she was considering leaving me for the OW, which she now attributes to having been carried away by her first, serious, lesbian experience. She has described elements of her revelation, that she is bi/gay/. And I have to sympathize. She discovered something important about herself. I would want to know that about myself, too. Mentally, she is still feeling the loss of the OW, who she is no longer communicating with, but also feeling very scared to lose me. Indeed, she does love me. Our relationship had problems, but was based in genuine love, kindness, respect. And yes, we did have lots of amazing post-breakup sex, thank you unrequited lust, and she began to recognize more clearly her actions before she departed, solo, on a trip that had been planned for the two of us. So, naturally, she thinks we are still on, and that in a few weeks, when her trip is over, she will return to move back in with me. I think this post is revealing my anger and obviously my own bias, which is tainted by a previous later with a partner who taught me too much about infidelity. I'm not really sure what to expect from posting, maybe it's just a diary entry for myself. I'm quite lost, and depression is settling in, exacerbated by other life/career problems. Not looking for ego pets or justification, but perhaps a reader may have some thoughtful words. Thanks for reading. Editing to clarify that the solo trip she is currently on was my doing. I bailed on the vacation because it was too much after what I'd been through. I wanted space alone, so told her to go without me. It wouldn't have made sense for me to go alone, for various practical reasons. She was quite devastated to not have me at her side on this trip, and still is asking I join her there, not going to happen. Here is second story. I, 30M, recently found out that my wife, 27F, of 4 years had been cheating on me and I'm still figuring out whether it is worth trying to pick up the pieces or not. Long story short, I decided to take a look at her messages and found that she was having sexual conversations with other men. I also found out that she had met with one of the men at his place and had sex with him. As much as I hate her right now, I still have feelings for her and we have a wonderful 3-year-old son together. I'm afraid that I won't be able to get past the reoccurring thoughts and the huge mistrust that I have towards her right now. I've been told by my counselor that some marriages can come back stronger than ever after something like this, but I just can't see it. For any of you who decided to stick it out with your significant other, what did that road look like for you? What can I expect if I do try and work this out with her? TLDR, what can I expect if I choose to try and save my marriage after experiencing infidelity? Update, wife agreed to move out and I have been by myself for the last couple of weeks. Since then, it has been back and forth between lies and sentiment from her. She swears that she loves me and that she would do anything to fix our marriage. Less than a week ago she heard that I had went out with my friends and there were other women around, and she tried to convince me that she didn't actually have sex with the other guy. This was the first time that she had denied it since she originally admitted to it. She has zero consistency in what she says. One day she sounds genuinely sorry for what she did and then the next day she is getting angry with me or trying to tell me what I did wrong. She has also tried telling me that she won't let me see my son until there is a court order if we get a divorce. We are currently separated and I am trying to get all of my stuff in order to prepare for the future. Is it normal for someone to go back and forth like this? I understand that this is a rough situation for both of us, and I don't want to make the wrong decision. My gut tells me to leave her and focus on my future self, but there's also a part of me that wonders if I will regret not trying to work on my marriage. This is probably one of, if not the worst, situation I've ever had to deal with in my entire life. Thank you for watching and don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell for any future cheating stories.